Twitter freaks tried to cancel insensitive VTuber, but a response obliterated them by ref. Yeah, this is the Cha-Cha situation. This is part 2. We reacted to the first thing already, and well, she did not give in, but there were quite a few people, quite a few VTweeters, quite a few, what's the word? New word unlocked that I've seen a few women and a few guys in VTubing use is V-Twitchers. We're gonna look at this. What was the aftermath? Because I didn't pay attention to the entire situation on Twitter anymore. So yeah, this is gonna be new. Also, yesterday's video, he was super small. The small ref.
Hey, what's up guys, Rip here. So today we're going over another round of VTuber related drama. All of it stemming from a previous situation we covered the other day involving this VTuber Cha-Cha, who's a pretty popular indie VTuber who got into a lot of trouble with the usual suspects on Twitter after she made a joke about ice. So we're gonna see.
Yeah, it was literally just an ice joke. That's it. That's it. It was literally just like a joke about like Fillion being deported back to the Philippines. And that's why she's not streaming. It was really not that deep, right? It was really not that deep, right? And I mean, and then when people were like going at her as like a Latina, you should know that like, that this is insensitive, bro. The Latinos are making like La Migra jokes, right? It's like the white savior complex, right? Where like these people think like they speak for like all for everyone in the minority group. No, you don't. Stop thinking that you're part of the good guys. Stop self-inserting yourself into a minority. That's what it is. Stop it. Get out of here. Nobody likes you. These people don't like you. Crazy.
A response from her and also some continued crash outs of other VTubers regarding her joke, and also other VTubers crashing out over a VTuber's choice to get a ice-inspired outfit for her model.
It's Celeste. It's Celeste. It's Celestium. It is. I know immediately who that was. Before that was rage bait. That was mildly infuriating.
So let's get some refresher for context here. Cha-Cha is asked by a viewer where her friend Fillion has been because she hasn't streamed much recently. And Cha-Cha makes a joke saying Fillion has been deported by ICE. It was very obviously a joke between two friends. However, people on Twitter, including a lot of VTubers, use this as an opportunity to dogpile her and to virtue.
To be fair, I'm gonna call them what they are, which is that they are technically NVTubers, right? NVTubers. That's what I call them because that's exactly what they are. Not gonna lie, because from what I can tell, this is the only thing they only do this so they can essentially virtue signal and farm some clout, but that's about it.
Signal, and in some cases try to offer themselves as a replacement of Cha-Cha. It was absolutely unhinged, and we're not even getting into the threats and other things we talked about in the previous video. Now, in situations like this, I always get nervous because you don't want to see someone bend the knee to these psychopaths online. And Cha-Cha has formally addressed this situation in her quote-unquote cancellation, and she did not apologize.
We talked about your Twitter cancellation. Okay. I knew I had to talk about it at some point. I guess we'll talk about it a little bit. Just a little bit. Emerald, my mods are like, what are you doing, Cha-Cha? What are you doing? Ignore the haters. Okay. First,
the fact that I see the name Elfin Psyop in her chat scares me. Because, like, that woman is so unhinged. She graduated, but she's so unhinged.
and foremost, I'm not making an apology to Twitter. That's why you're here, and you're wondering, why has Cha-Cha not made a statement on Twitter? Why do I need to make a statement? For what? Alana showed no one is actually mad, none of your viewers, just the Twitter freaks. Nobody that is mad on Twitter watches my streams. If you watched my streams, you'd understand my humor.
Yeah, pretty much. Didn't Fillion literally make a George Floyd joke? Like, at that point, people that watch Cha-Cha would probably get filtered pretty easily anyways. That would want to watch Cha-Cha, but don't. They get filtered anyways before that already. Here's the reality. Even if you apologize, those people are still going to hate you. So why do you apologize? There's no point. They still despise you.
The elephant in the room meme that's going around? Address the elephant in the room. Nah, I've got things to do, man.
Unfathomably based. That is how you handle situations like this. You do not apologize because, as she said, she didn't make a mistake. There was nothing to apologize for. She made a joke and people went absolutely ballistic. Their responses were completely disproportionate to anything remotely close to what she did. And on top of that, whenever you apologize to these people, it's never enough. They want more and more and more, and they'll never forgive you anyways. They'll be mad about it forever. The people who did this, as she pointed out, aren't even her viewers.
So they're gonna be mad now. Give it 2 weeks, they're gonna pretty much forget it. Then wait like a couple of years, and like they're gonna pull it up again to farm it for clout. And like then they're gonna after 2 weeks they're gonna stop talking about it again, and then they're gonna repeat. Like, this is the cycle. You do something in their eyes bad, they will try to do it again, bring it up later again, and then later again, and then again, and then again. This is just like a loop. That's why you don't need to apologize to these people, because they hate you.
If these people were familiar with her content, they would not have been surprised by the type of joke that she made. But now we're going to be seeing some further crash outs. Ladies and gentlemen, here is one of the stars of the show, this LewTuber named Sussy.
LewTuber detected, opinion rejected. Anyways.
Sonia, who is very upset about not only Cha-Cha, but a VTuber named Celestium, as we'll see in just a second. But she had something to say regarding Cha-Cha and the related post, saying, another example of a waste of space, making jokes about ice. I'm going to start unfollowing everyone who tolerates this and continues supporting people like this. People being ripped away from their homes unlawfully.
Unlawfully? Well, they should have considered the law before that. Surprise, surprise. Anyways.
Being ended and deported for no reason is not fun.
Well, most of the current, as it currently stands, there's another person that has been shot. Reality is, he tried to pull a gun, so get cooked. And deported makes sense because you're not supposed to be here.
Funny. You can see the...
I wish Germany would do this. Get rid of the people that are not supposed to be here. That'd be pretty awesome, right? Because these guys are committing crimes. That's why they're illegally here.
Hyperbolic and hysterical framing they're using of this situation, acting like Americans legally here are being rounded up in the dozens and hundreds and ended and deported by ICE, when that is not the situation. This person is intentionally doing that to make the whole thing look worse than it is. But also you can see this little example here of them saying they're going to start unfollowing people, follow policing.
Oh no, you're going to unfollow people? Oh no, a single number goes down. Shocking. Oh no, whatever are we going to do? How are we going to recover from this?
People who tolerate this, which, by the way, this...
Also, follow policing is gay as shit.
...is a joke we're talking about. And this person's so confident in their opinion that they locked the replies. This person wants an echo chamber. And they would continue on saying, call me woke, call me a virtue signaler, call me unfun. I really don't care. This stuff isn't funny. Real people are being hurt, and you sit on your little privileged pillow and make jokes on the internet because it doesn't affect you. Grow up.
So it also doesn't affect you. Surprise. You're not getting deported. You being angry about angry about a VTuber that the people that are being deported do not even know is definitely going to help them being a keyboard warrior. Why don't you protest actively outside? Oh wait, you don't do that because then you might actually face consequences that you do not want, right? It's every single line. These people fight on their keyboards, tap 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 tap, but they don't actually appear on the streets to protest, right? I'd at least have a little bit more respect if they actually like would be outside and literally, you know, participate in protests. But I know for sure this person isn't doing this because they're afraid, because they're scared, because they're cowards.
I mean, that is interesting. Yes, in fact, I will call you woke. I will call you a virtue signaler, and I will call you unfunny. I will do all of those things. Congratulations, because that's the way you're acting over a simple joke. On top of that, you talk about people sitting on a privilege pillow. I believe this person is also an American, and they are a vtuber on Twitch. Like, you are also very privileged, okay? It's very ironic hearing people talk like this. This person down here points out something. So I guess a Latina isn't even allowed to make jokes about ICE. Yeah, because Cha-Cha is Hispanic. And people, as we saw in the previous video, were basically removing her Hispanic, her ability to call herself Hispanic. They were saying basically, you are not actually Hispanic anymore because you made a joke about ICE. Some people even called her white passing Latina. Like, crazy stuff. Like, literally trying to create like a power scaling of skin color and ethnicity. Crazy stuff. But anyways, Sony responds by saying she is Puerto Rican. She wouldn't be laughing if they revoked the Jones-Shafroth Acts and came for her next. But go off, I guess. Well, I'm sorry this person's not responding to the scenario you literally created in your head that has not happened yet. And also, you seem way too excited about the possibility of this happening.
See, the funny thing is that, like, oh no, well, maybe they won't come for her, but here's something interesting. Was it California? I don't know. But in some state, they are thinking about a sin tax for OnlyFans creators. 50% of their money as a sin tax. See, don't you be afraid. You're gonna get cooked too, don't worry. And it'll be funny. Because, yeah, 100% OnlyFans, definitely, most certainly. Tab on the keyboard is to a degree better than what people do, though. One stage under is doing nothing. 2 steps under is supporting the criminals. True. But then again, what she does has no effect. Here's a fun fact on how Twitter works. Mass blocks can literally completely kill your Twitter. Like, it can. If you get mass blocked by people, your reach just gets obliterated. And if she does get mass blocked, it'll actually damage her message because it won't reach that many people anymore. Isn't Twitter a funny thing where, like, that's why right-wing creators before Elon weren't really that visible, because mass blocks made it so that your visibility would just crumble.
It seems like you want this to happen because Cha-Cha made a joke you didn't like. But now, enter another individual into the...
My goat. Here we go. Celestium. I like her. She's cool. That was my first cancellation, more or less. Because I defended her, people got angry. So this is really cool to see her here. It's gonna be interesting. Because I haven't looked at the responses. I know that she made something like this, but it's gonna be interesting.
The Thunderdome of today's video. Celestium, a VTuber I enjoy, and she is an open Christian, so you know she's used to being dogpiled all the time by these incredibly woke, quote-unquote progressive people on Twitter. Now, she made a post in response to everything going on with the outrage involving Cha-Cha.
Every video just has Neven in it. Is that a sign? Just every video has from him recently has Neven in the reply section chilling.
Post, she said this: "That's it, I'm getting an ice-inspired outfit for my VTuber. I'm so tired of the horrendous takes from these leftist/liberal VTubers. La Animigra."
Animigra is crazy work, by the way. That is just crazy work right there. These tourists are getting deported.
"Coming to a stream near you. Let's bring her to life." How was my Spanish, guys? How was that high school Spanish? Was it bueno? Let me know.
Nah, bro. Most of my high school Spanish is gone too. Don't worry about it. Mine is gone too. Mine is gone as well. Like the I don't even have the basics anymore. It's just gone. What a waste of 3 years of high school Spanish.
But here is the actual campaign through Throne trying to fund this outfit idea. So if you want to support that, go ahead and do that. But who is most affected by this outfit? Of course, it is Sonya. Very upset about this. Posting a screenshot instead of actually quoting Celestium's post because they don't want to have a direct confrontation. They say, "Y'all are so desperate to be noticed that you will do any dumb stuff you can think of." So they're basically saying people like Celestium are desperate for attention and will do anything to get people's attention.
Vtuber, by the way. Vtuber, right? Anything to do to get attention. But you lower yourself. You degrade yourself to that level of being a Vtuber. Get the fuck out of here. Retarded beyond belief.
Literally, the exact post before this, their previous post, was this. Yeah, they're a Vtuber.
Anything for attention. Well, here we have it.
Like, you're angry about Celestium wanting this outfit and you believe it's for attention, but your outfit tries the same thing. In fact, you do less of an outfit to try to get attention. Like, absolutely insane hypocrisy. But they continue on saying, "Had some mutuals following this waste of space." Wow. She loves this phrase, waste of space. "So if I unfollow you, that's probably why." Oh boy, here we go again with the follow police.
The unfollower. You actually believe this? What unfollows? I didn't follow for this. This was funny the 50th time. I don't get it. This isn't funny. Really unfollowed. Is this ironic? Yeah, I have people like this too. I don't care. Get out of here.
There is nothing lamer than follow policing someone. Saying, "I'm going to break my mutual with you because you follow someone I think is problematic." It's so lame. It's obnoxious. Nobody likes someone who does this. Like, it's absolutely crazy. Like, imagine also...
Like, stop announce... Also, it's like, stop... This is not an airport. You do not have to announce that you're unfollowing or leaving. Like, go grab your shit. And may the door hit you on the way out. I don't care. I just went out sitting in the office with my phone as a light. Seems like somebody didn't pay the electricity bill. Anyways, hi Dinosaur. How you doing? Everything good so far? I guess less work?
The fact that maybe people aren't online, like maybe they didn't see anything happening or they weren't on Twitter the last couple of days and now you're punishing them for not acting on your sensitivities. Absolutely crazy stuff. But, of course...
Right, we might add violence. See, Spider-Man hurting minorities wasn't on my bingo card. Me neither. No, it's not. Spider-Man isn't punching her. He isn't punching her. He's just stuffing like something that's like jam filled with something with jam. He's feeding her.
Sonya's community has a solution. One of these could solve the problem, just saying, with Spider-Man punching Celestium's VTuber model in the mouth. And I'm gonna, for the sake of YouTube, say it's actually Spider-Man feeding her ketchup. Yes, let's just be safe. But Celestium says, "Spider-Man hurting minorities wasn't on my bingo card." yeah, interesting how the progressive people are not only trying to exact violence, but against minorities.
Because these people are just as here's the fun thing. These people are just as racist. You know what's funny? The moment you disagree with them, they start throwing racist shit at you, or like just like dehumanizing shit at you, or like sexist shit at you. They do the same thing with women too, right? A woman disagrees with them, and somehow now there's like they hope their rights get taken away, and like they demean her and degrade her. It's really funny.
They're claiming to protect with their virtue signaling. Very amazing stuff. And as always, you are an absolute dork if you have to use fictional characters and basically try to make it so they agree with your political opinions or
this character would hate you. No, they wouldn't. They're unreal. So I don't care. They're not a real person. I don't give a shit.
Your current opinion. Like, oh, don't worry, Spider-Man would believe the same things I do and would be very angry at your ice outfit. Like, please with that stuff. And on top of that, the Sonya person is sharing this pie chart saying going to need any of you bootlickers to do literally any amount of research outside of your grifting influencers. Oh, we got the buzzword, grifting. Can't believe it. Would have never have thought a virtue signaler slop account like this would be using the term grifting to describe everyone they don't like. But they say, you know, look at the research outside these grifting influencers before you come talking to me. Defending ICE only proves how the government's plan to keep you uneducated and submissive is working. And first of all, they say, do research before you talk to me, and then they once again lock the reply so you cannot come back to them and talk. But they share this pie chart that doesn't even prove anything that they wanted to, and it's incredibly misleading, saying that 73% of current detainees have no criminal convictions. Well, unfortunately, if you are here illegally, you are guilty of
like, this is interesting, right? You are guilty of a crime if you are in the country illegally. It's funny, I'm blocked by people, never post on Twitter. They probably check who you follow. See, they probably check who you follow, and then they will block you based on who you follow, right? Because there is some deranged fuckers who will check who you follow. They never interact with you at all. They probably have never seen a post of yours, and they will block you simply on the basis that, I don't know, you follow Ref, you follow me, you follow somebody else, right? They would just do that.
A crime. You have committed a crime. This chart uses this in a very manipulative way. They say the only way you've had a conviction is if you're actually convicted. They're not saying people are here illegally or have committed crimes. They're just people who have criminal convictions. So the people who are awaiting trial or have pending charges, they're not included in this. And any person who's here undocumented is here illegally. But whether or not they've actually been convicted of that is not included in this chart. So they treat them basically as they're innocent people. Even though if they are here illegally, they have committed a crime. They're just not convicted yet in some cases. But anyways, they woke up the next day after having this meltdown, and the first thing on their mind, grifters. The grifters. Good morning to everyone.
I'm gonna say it. If the first thing you think about in the morning when you wake up is right-wingers, grifters, quote unquote, then you are definitely sick in the head. Like, something is wrong. Something is clearly, like, nobody in the morning wakes up and the first thing they think about is who they all made mad in the Twitter. Like, I don't give a shit, bro. I do agree it's a retarded use of words, because I feel like if you are a certain size of population, I feel like you can no longer call yourself a minority. It's like having a country with like 60% men and 40% women and saying women are a minority. It just sounds weird, right? That's just me. Wouldn't be surprised. My 3 posts are my Twitch and 2 YouTube channels. Like 5 replies of people thanking me for the follow. Yeah, it's just like some people just like check and then like, oh wait, this person follows that person. So, block.
Everyone but grifters. I hope you have an excellent day. Me personally, I am still sick. Well, I hope you feel better, but can you please tell me what a grifter is? You seem to like this term a lot, and you're directing it at people. What is a grifter to you? Because it's probably people I don't like. I talk about this all the time. A grifter is someone who shares beliefs they don't actually believe for monetary gain. How, and I'm sure you're going to call me a grifter, how are people like me or Celestium or any of these people, how are they grifters? How do you know we don't believe what we say online? Like, what is your proof of that? Other than the fact it's just different opinions. In fact, as I've always said, it'd be a lot easier if I didn't have my opinions, if I wanted less.
I'm not sure if I'm blocked by her, but I'm definitely blocked by this Nor person, 100%. Because I know I've seen this profile before. I'm definitely blocked by her.
Tension and controversy, but these are the things I believe, and I'm not afraid to share it. So please enlighten us, enlighten the class on how you know all this. But let's move on to some more people trying to virtue signal and even take advantage of the controversy involving Cha-Cha for their own personal gain. All while virtue signaling, of course. This person says, "Don't worry, Pookies. I'll be your new Latina mommy. I'm a certified Latina. I don't have kids in real life, but if you're reading this, I've adopted you. You're welcome."
So, making a joke about ICE is bad. But using the controversy about the joke as a way to boost your numbers and essentially use what you call a horrible thing to your own advantage is not a problem. Now, you have to explain that one to me. You have to explain that one to me. These retards will be the bane of my existence at this point. It's just, get out of here, bro. Get out of here. Get out. Here I know you don't even genuinely mean it, right? That previous person at least genuinely meant it. I know you do not genuinely meant it. You're not, you mean it. You're also not a good person. Definitely not. Not one of the heroes, quote unquote.
And then they say, oh, this post makes the weirdos really sensitive. Limiting this post and muting. Amazing. Yet once again, very confident until it comes to people disagreeing, and then they immediately lock the replies. But up here, very interesting. Number one, they say they're a certified Latina. Are you implying that someone like Cha-Cha is not certified? Are you revoking her Latina card, if you will? Interesting. But they also try this tactic of saying, I am now the market replacement for Cha-Cha. Please come follow me. What would make you ever think, how is this person trying to do that?
Redebut. Is she even streaming? Isn't it just the V-tweeter? I have my suspicions.
This. Why would they ever do this? Oh, because they have a minute fraction of the following someone like Cha-Cha has. So they're literally trying to take their place. Good luck. I'm pretty sure when all is said and done here, Cha-Cha has gained a lot of new followers, and people who do this gain absolutely nothing but some brownie points from people who aren't even going to consume their content anyways. And on top of that, let's go a step further. This sort of tactic has been done before, as pointed out here by Curry Rinji. The last person who tried this grave dancing strategy completely obliterated her career when she thought dropping her model will make people watch her for her personality. Unfortunately for her, she had no personality. So he's talking about this Aurora.
I remember her. Yeah, she got her ass beat horrendously. I remember her. Yeah, right. I remember her. She was also quite often virtue signaling on my Twitter timeline when like she came across. Well, you're fucked. Horrendously fucked. Royally fucked. Yeah, that didn't work, right? That didn't work, by the way. See, when somebody watches VTubers, they're there for the VTuber, not for the, like, right? Not for the, well, they're still there for the personality, but they don't want to see your flesh posting ass. I'm gonna be right. I'm gonna be real here. That's just the truth, right? You watch the VTuber for the VTuber, also for the in parts for the VTubing experience, not for ugly virtue signaling lady.
Maki individual, we have talked about her before. She dropped her VTuber mod.
Oh. Ow. 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 That hurt. That hurt. That hurt. What the fuck? Ow. That hurt. Yikes.
And thought everyone liked her political opinions because she was the, person who mentioned the current thing, the modern thing, any chance she got. And you can see, she plummeted down to 17 average viewers.
I'm fucking retarded. I read that from top to bottom. I just realized that I need to read it from bottom to top. No, it's just way worse. Ow. 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 Yikes. Look at this. We're only chilling at 17 now. If she does continues, I'm gonna overtake her with like a lot less followers and a lot less subs. Isn't that funny? Crazy. It's like crazy how she had like still a peak here, right? Of like a decent amount, and it's just like peak 30. Crazy. That's kind of funny. That's kind of interesting. And also followers massively dropping. Well, get fucked.
This past December, the same person who, by the way, tried to justify people being doxxed and harassed for playing or streaming Hogwarts Legacy. The justification, in her mind, trans kids go through a bunch of bad stuff.
Trans kids are being killed. Yes. I just recently picked up Harry Potter and just suddenly 10 trans people just fell and ended up dead. They just were randomly laying in their bed, and then when I picked up Harry Potter, they got a heart attack. What are these people thinking? Probably also one who believes reality and fiction are the same.
So it's okay to be doxxed and harassed for playing Hogwarts Legacy. Incredible levels of virtue signaling and weird statements up here as well. But here's another one. This one kind of took me aback. We're not going to read this. Okay, I am not.
Half a Bible. Bro. At this point, just stop the Google Doc. What the fuck? In Germany, we say, halbe Bibel, ganzer Hurensohn. So like basically, half a Bible, full son of a bitch.
I'm not gonna read this. Okay, mucho texto.
Mucho texto. Oh well, she already got ratioed by Azahara and Kek, probably, I'm assuming, so yeah, it's so over.
But I'm gonna read the ratio, the comment that ratioed this, despite eventually the replies being locked. You assuming that every Latino living in the United States is there illegally and therefore should be against ICE is pretty stupid. Yep, good point. Ratio achieved. Here's another one, saying the person that joked about ICE is friends with the person that joked about George Floyd, referring to Fillion. I don't understand why you still platform people after they've shown you their...
Again, people being like on the side of George Floyd are a mystery to me. Did the guy deserve to die? No, not really. Was he a shitty human being and not really a martyr as they tried to make him out to be? Yes. I don't think anybody considers somebody a good guy that is pointing a gun to a woman's pregnant woman's belly. Maybe it's just me.
True colors. If they do something disgusting, stop watching and engaging with them. It's why they keep doing it. Now, it's kind of already a hypocritical self-own in this text, but this person also points out.
Also, this person had some shitty, right? As far as I'm aware, this person did some weird ass shit for the Small VTuber Awards.
Out that they previously said no press is bad press is why you need to stop giving any press attention engagement to bad people. Well, here they are giving bad press attention. Bad press in their mind, of course. And oh, look at that. Replies lots. Once again. Unbelievable. Here's one last one for this video. This person saying in quotes, "Don't be political if you want to grow as a VTuber," end quote. My bad for wanting a community of critical thinkers. Oh boy.
Yes, critical thinkers. People who only agree with you. Critical thinkers. Sure, buddy.
Have to have a very high IQ to understand the subtle nuances of Rick and Morty. Wubba lubba dub dub. Am I right, dude? Yeah, you gotta be kidding me. Like, we see so much of this too, where people are like, I don't care what happens to my audience. I don't care how big it is. I'm gonna create this awesome community of whatever. Like, it's such cope. At the end of the day, this was some of the greatest content to farm in a bit. You know, shout out to the VTubers, the virtue signalers, who are just laying this stuff out on a platter and helping boost the audiences of people like Cha-Cha, because that's right. At the end of the day, her audience is going to grow from this. Very clearly. Okay, but all these virtue signaling vultures out there trying to pick apart her for their own gain, ultimately, they're going to get nothing out of this. In fact, all they probably did was alienate portions of their current or potential audiences by saying this slop that they might not even believe in anyways.
You being a violent weirdo or just generally a weirdo just deters half of your potential audience. Technically, it would be smartest to not have any political takes at all. Technically, that would, or try to avoid controversy at all costs, right? That would technically be the smartest. But, yeah. These guys have just lost at this point.
They just think that's what you're supposed to do as a VTuber. Well, they got their news from the wrong place. They believe what Twitter and VTubers there say is what viewers actually want, when that's not the case. They want to be entertained. They don't want to be lectured. That's it. But anyways, that's going to do it for today's video. As always, feel free to share your thoughts about today's topics in the comments.
Yeah, I think it's good that Cha-Cha didn't apologize. Rightfully so. I think that was overall a good thing and a good idea. Because if she did, these people would never calm down. They would bring it up over and over again. They would constantly remind her of it. They would watch her every step from now on and check, like, I mean, they're already going to do it, but they would also still going to do it and make sure that she doesn't do that stuff once again. And like, it's just horrible. It's just horrible. It just is. And I would just like completely ignore them. If they're angry, they're angry. Like, let them cope, let them see, let them dilate, whatever. Anyways, like, comment, and subscribe.